Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good today. Well, today I'm going to be working on my asparagus. And so I'm going to go ahead and clean my bed out, and I'm going to fertilize this. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about why I fertilize the way I do. And then after I get it cleaned out, I'm still going to have to protect this from a little bit of cold weather that I know we're going to have. And so I'm going to show you that. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So I go ahead and clean mine up in the spring. Now you can do this in the fall, but there's a couple reasons why I do this. And one of them is time. It just seems like I got a lot of stuff going on in the fall. And so if it's a chore that I can put off, I usually do. The other reason is you want to protect the crown, the roots of your asparagus. And so I really don't have to do anything. I just let the asparagus die off, and in the fall, leaves are going to blow in. The weeds that I have are going to die off, and they're going to cover it up. And so I've created just a natural way to keep frost and help with the freezing. And I really didn't have to do anything at all. So that's kind of why I do it in the fall. But there is kind of one drawback to that, which I'll show you here in just a second. But let's go ahead and we'll start cleaning. So one tip, one thing that I have found makes this a lot easier is to go ahead and do it a day or so after a rain. We had a rain here a couple days ago, and it's making this a lot easier. Now, all this that I'm getting out of it, even the weeds, there shouldn't be any live weed seeds in there, I would not think. But I'm going to put this, you can see I'm putting this in my tomatoes, and I'm just going to use it as a ground cover. But this, I believe, would make great material for a compost pile. It would be a really good, carbon. And so don't be scared to go ahead and compost, your dead asparagus plants. Okay, so this is how it came out. It came out pretty good. I did have to do some hand weeding. Now, any asparagus, when I use the rake, I rake them off. If they didn't come out like these over here, I just left them. I wasn't going to try to pull them out or anything. I don't think that's a big deal. So all in all, it came out pretty good. Okay, so when we're talking about fertilizing, the only thing I use is manure, aged manure. And so it does kind of pose a little bit of a problem because I wait until spring to clean my bed out and fertilize it. I have to have an aged manure. I couldn't use something that was, just 3 or 4 months old. I need something that's really broke down. And so one of them that I'm going to use today is I've got some really good aged chicken manure. Now you can see there's still, some particles in it of hay, but this, it's really, really crumbly. It should work really, really well. And so when I show you how I apply it, you're going to see, but the microbes are going to be able to break this down. The worms are going to be able to eat it. And, it should work really, really well. Now, if you do have some rabbit manure, that would work really good too. And I'm going to use it also. But it's a cold manure. And so you can use it pretty much, from day one, so to speak, and you're not going to burn your plants. So that would be another really good choice. So let me show you how I'm going to put this on. Okay, so my chickens decided to come out and help a little bit. And these are Pearl Star Leghorns. They are constantly on the move. I love watching them. So what I'm going to do, I've got this aged chicken manure, and I'm not going to till it in. I'm not, I don't want to do anything to tear the roots up or anything. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to use this as a top dressing. And when it rains, that's going to let all this soak in. You got a little worm here. But I'm just going to cover the row like this, and it should work, you know, really, really great. And it should feed it all year long. And I'll do the same thing with the rabbit manure and just put on a nice layer of it. And I just, like I say, I don't want to do anything to disturb the roots. So that's what I'm doing there. Now let me show you what I'm going to do to protect, you know, now that I've got all this open up, kind of protect from frost a little bit. Okay, so the last step is I just really don't want to leave this ground bare. In Indiana, our frost date, last frost date, is the first week of May, I believe. And so today it's beautiful. Next week it's going to be in the 70s. But anybody that lives in the Midwest knows that's going to change. I don't anticipate like real bad weather, but I do want to protect the roots of my asparagus just in case we do get a bad frost or even a freeze. So I'm going to put down a thin layer of hay, and this should protect it from any frost. It's not going to protect the spears that come up from frost, but this should help enough. Now that is one of the problems with doing this in the spring, early spring, rather than doing it in the fall. I would really like to have a little more hay on there, maybe use it kind of like a weed barrier like I do my tomatoes back here, because I've had that on, you know, since late fall, early winter. But I just can't have a lot on there because I worry about the spears not being able to come out of the ground. So, well, that is the video, and let me know what you think. Let me know how you're doing yours. You know, please share. I love to hear the comments. Well, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.